starting right off the bat.
I believe it was a JPL ejector that brought Collier down. Embastisi now, he's going to be cutting the wave, no surprise there. It's what you do on Benedetto, especially when you don't want to play into the ego matchup. The Lapu Lapu has the range to kind of abuse you early on with the boomerangs.
Yep, at the bottom side, it is going to be Pokemon going up against Dara as well, because I would feel like Dara is going to be a little bit weak in the early game, and Pokemon will definitely come online as well earlier on.
What I do want to see from Evos SG here is Pokemon get early priority in the bottom side of the screen, and then use that to get level 4. Rotate over and contest the first turtle. Alice doesn't have that level of push and priority, so she can't contest against Pokemon. We'll eject her back.
That wolf is like doggingly following JPL, right? But that provides so much vision, and Collier are just giving it away for Notorious villains.
They swap the Kadita down because they know they need to answer, but Collier is going to get caught. He has to flicker away. Here's the damage though from Evos SG as they chase him down, but it's not enough, or is it? Collier is just going to walk away. Flame Shot already used, I believe, from Farsa. Embastisi in a bit of trouble of its own. Now, the adaptation was made by Notorious villains there. They send the Kadita to the bot side to get some lane priority back for Dara, so he's going to be able to deal with the Chang'e somewhat, but still, the first movement is going to be Turtle. This first rotation coming in, Chang'e needs to hit level 4 here, needs to make the movement up first.
Yep, Evos SG, they're already lying in a way, but don't forget, girl doesn't have the Feathered Airstrike as of yet, whereas it is Pokemon as well as Dara will be staying at the bottom lane. So it's going to be a 4v4 around the Turtle next, but Girl will be trying to stay in lane to soak up as much XP because he's gonna need like level 4 and he's gonna get it right now. But Suna coming in, the damage like a pounce as well.
Oh my
Girl
goodness!
Having the better airstrike at the right moment coming in, will be able to fend off if Notorious villains coming in. But here comes Embastisi with the ultimate jumping in, will not be able to see the damage that they're looking for.
Hey, Pokemon literally just hit level 4. Like he walked up to mid, hit one minion, and now he's level 4, right? So this is a moment actually that Evos SG can capitalize on. They're going to get control over this whole area, and Notorious villains, they have to split off. You can see the movement is made. Alice immediately runs back to bot, Embastisi runs back to top. They don't want to have anything to do with this area because they need to get some map control first before they can contest the area around Turtle.
Yep, so right now I feel like Notorious villains, they have to pull that trigger early on just now, but unfortunately Girl will have the Feather Airstrike already because now Notorious villains is going to find it a lot harder to actually take this Turtle.
Watch this, Collier is going to keep contesting this. He's going to get punished by JPL. Like 1 in 3 chances JPL just comes up and tosses him back in. Especially the moment Girl has Feather Airstrike up. He's just chasing for it, right?
Okay, but
jumping in, Federer. Oh, the burst! No respect coming in from Girl. He dies to the Kadita burst.
Yep, JPL wasn't in range. Collier just baited JPL all the way out, so no way that JPL will be able to defend Fenrir. But however, Fenrir can just dive in, abusing the iframe, jumping in and burst it down. Now, Evos SG, at least Girl is already back online, right? He can use Wings by Wings to actually jump back into the position. But now, Notorious villains will start this Turtle. At the same time, JPL will absorb the damage and as well as the stun. Feather Airstrike coming in, but not in range. Will be forced to take it off. Now, it is all teams on deck. Evos SG is calling upon Pokemon to come in and join back in. Fenrir coming in for the wait. JPL will be tossing the Wolf right on top. The Mountain Shocker coming in. Embastisi jumping in, trying to look for Girl. But unfortunately, will be able to fight JPL instead. But Suna coming in with like a pound, takes him down. Notorious villains, they're trying to force this. And Evos SG, maybe they will overstate their welcome as they're forced to disengage and they're just gonna leave Notorious villain with this Turtle.
They lost that fight when they used the Feather Airstrike in a weird position, right? No reason to really call anyone up. The only upside I could see here is like, hold on, Fenrir getting bursted, but on the back line, immediately going down again, the Kadita picks off Girl, and now JPL with down over force, pulls Collier back in. That is a dead Popo and Koopa. Grouping up, no Evos, they're gonna get eviscerated here. Meteor Shower to push them off JPL, they're still going in for this as the Light Compounds comes up from Suna to finish the kill. Soul now in the center, using the Lapu Lapu damage to try and get something done. Trying to get some consolations for his team. With Pokemon behind him, they could potentially flip onto Embastisi. He goes too deep, he dies to the turret. Evos SG, at least they get some compensation for that fight, and Notorious villains, they just stretch themselves too thin.
Yeah, I feel like Notorious villains, they shouldn't be staying for that fight. Evos SG, that's where the veterancy coming in, right? The book of experience coming into play. Soul knows the extent, but Unstoppable Force will be used by JPL. Girl follows up with a Feather Airstrike. Won't be able to do anything as well. Mountain Shocker coming in just for the fun of it. But first Turtle goes into the hands of Notorious villains. So look at the gold, still neck and neck. Only 200 gold difference right now.
Dara's gonna pick up the Clock of Destiny, or has picked it up for a while. Good ejector back in. Collier again, he's just chummed for the Sharks. Flame shot from downtown. Gets the kill on the Collier. He don't know what hit him.
Yeah, I mean, like, when you get flame shot from afar, just like that, you were like, hey, what happened? But at the same time, Evos SG, look at Pokemon, they're just applying so much pressure at the bottom side, and now they're just going to try to dive on top of JPL in range. But let's take a look at the cross map coming in. Girl is the one that's just Feather Airstrike coming in, and he saw Fender coming up from mom, and he's like, okay, I'm not going to do that again. JPL tried to look for, oh, okay, actually we'll be able to stun sooner a little bit.
I like that Girl has learned from his lessons, right?
Yep.
Once and twice bitten, third time shy. He gets blown up by Kadita twice. He backs off immediately once he sees him rushing in. Soul is actually taking on two members here. Fenrir doesn't have the damage to just do this just yet. He's going to try and burst Soul down, but the rest of Evos are here. It's going to be MPL that picks that kill up. Evos SG regrouping now. Still a 4-on-4 on your minimap. You can see Dara is in the bot side while Notorious Villains tried to contest this turtle. Question is whether the Alice makes the rotation up or they decide to leave her bot to take the tier 1.
Yep. And of course, the Wolf is just making sure that JPL stays in line. Girl coming in at the this fact that Potato is all the way up top side, but MPL is just wrecking havoc on top on Evos SG. But it is going to be Suna that'll be picking up the turtle instead.
With chip damage on bot tier 1, Pokemon's here to answer the push from Dara, and all said and done. Second turtle, like you said, goes the way of Notorious Villains. They're jumping in though. Collier actually getting caught out. Now he's gonna fall. He's gonna use the flicker. The moment it's up, it's on cooldown again. Collier, he has no space whatsoever. JPL making his life a living hell.
Yep, but at the same time, it is direct that we'll be able to find Pokemon right here. The Meteor Shower misses most of it, but the Blood Oak will make sure that he stays alive now. JPL jumping in. He doesn't know Fender is right there. Pokemon will get bursted down by Fender, and so every Airstrike will be landing on top of Fender. Tries to juke. You can notice Fender just dancing around. Potato coming in with the Dauntless. Won't be able to find him.
Fenrir with the dancing shoes, dodging away from all the skill shots. Now Evos, Potato has to be careful. There's your root. Potato is dead. What was he doing that far up the lane to get bot tier 1 too, in addition to the marksman?
Yeah, and if you notice how MPL is just making Evos actually a living hell, just cutting the waves. And if you notice, Soul is actually responding in the same top side. There's no form of pressure that they can do, and they might meet at the river. Will get scouted out by the Purple and Koopa trap.
Jumping onto Pokemon here. Girl is there for the backup. They've got the burst. They kill Dara first, and now jumping into the backline. JPL with a big toss back in. It's Suna that's left for us, Evos SG to clean up, and now Collier has to turn tail and run. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, you can see another fight breaking out, but Collier, he's getting focused on now, right? Evos SG just chasing onto the Popo and Koopa Fenrir.
Yeah, but here comes Potato to join in the fun, but MPL is just so slippery. Soul is just waiting for Potato to join them in that fight as well. And now Evos SG, they got to return, but okay, Collier looking very low. Potato will be able to pick them out. MPL is just so slippery.
Fenrir
will be able to get it off, but Fenrir coming in, he's at the wrong place at the wrong time. Unstoppable Force will be used to take him down as the members of two Notorious Villains will fall. Evos SG, they can look for this mid lane push.
Chris, this game is neck and neck, but Notorious Villains are the ones that make mistakes after good plays, right? Evos, after they make the mistakes, they pounce on their opponents' unforced errors, and now the third turtle is going to be going to Evos SG. They find these picks after losing massive fights, clawing themselves to a 1.2k goal lead. Notorious Villains, they need to dig deep. They need to figure out how they can abuse the power of MPL as well as Fenrir, because he's been one-shotting the squishies. Suna is not really online just yet, it's just a wind talker. He's waiting for a bit more. MPL, you can see, he's very, very evasive.
Yep, I don't feel like Evos SG should actually spend any time to find MPL, but Evos SG, once again, Collier gets tossed all the way back in. The Feather Airstrike is just a normal, natural, knee-jerk reaction coming in. It just feels like, you know, as long as JPL toss someone back in, I'm just gonna turn on my ultimate.
Collier, every time he has the flicker up, he's forced to use it instantly, right? In the bot side, so he's gonna pop his ult and try to fight this 1-on-2. He has the shield. Suna as well as Dara doing a lot of damage. Blood ult back in, but you'd be a fool to take that orb.
Yep. At the
Fight
same
still
time,
breaking out here as they immediately find a pick onto Girl. It's Fenrir that gets the kill credit. JPL now backing out instantly. Evos SG, again, another mistake after some good plays.
If you notice how Notorious Villains, they're forcing Evos SG hand, bottom side super clean. They're forcing Evos SG to back off, giving some Notorious Villains some form of respect. And don't forget, Fenrir on that Kadita. I actually have to highlight that way too much. Picking up those squishies is absolutely wonderful for Notorious
Villains actually have a big improvement from game 1. They learn from Evos SG. They replicate the macro plays. If you realize, every time Evos is 3 or 4 on the top side, they're split pushing bot. Now they're jumping in onto JPL. I say they, it's just Koopa trying to get some damage down. Evos SG, they're split across the map. 2 in bot side, 1 in mid, 2 in top. JPL He's the walking ward. He's trying to get vision for his team. He's always going to be the first one in and the last one out, and maybe not even out if he goes down in the skirmish.
Yep. And of course, the Lord will be spawning in 16 seconds as of now. Notorious Villains has that priority because bottom side is super clean for Evos SG. So Evos SG, what is their play right now? Pop pushed in mid lane, which is actually looking super low, or try to contest Notorious Villains for this?
Suna's online. He's completed Endless Battle. With this Lord, I think Notorious Villains are very comfortable contesting, and they probably finish it very quickly too. So Notorious Villains, the play here I think is you just sit around Lord, and once someone goes to answer Ember's TZ in the top side, you finish off the objective. Otherwise, you know, Ember's TZ just takes top, tier 2, takes the top inhibitor as well.
So basically, Ember's DZ is like the assassin, whereas Soul will go to the top side to beat Ember's DZ for a 1-for-1. Notorious Villains can potentially look for the trigger right here. JPL looking for free hugs, looking for targets to toss. But 3 members in Evos, the side of Notorious Villains is going to be hiding in that pixel right now.
Falling very low against Ember's TZ. Meanwhile, around the Lord, the fight is looking like it's going to break out. Notorious Villains, they have the initiative on the backline. Fenrir jumping in, doesn't find the kills that he wants. Meanwhile, the Feather Airstrike comes out. As the response, all the ultimates being used though, as Girl is going to get isolated. Ember's TZ, he didn't see what hit him, he immediately gets decimated. And now it's a 1-for-1 trade as JPL goes down. But you're happy with that because the offlaner of Notorious Villains is dead. Evos SG looking to reset and possibly chase down Wings by Wings, being used by Girl to come back in. So, in the center of 4 members, what are you doing, buddy? There is no place for Lapu Lapu to be alone, and now Notorious Villains could potentially take the Lord by themselves without any contest for Evos SG, especially because Girl used the Feather Airstrike.
Yeah, the Feather Airstrike is just on happy trigger, right? And right now, Evos SG, you can see how Potato is just trying to push down the top side instead. They're gonna take this time for Notorious Villains to push down this Lord. At the same time, let's take a look at this replay right here.
So look at the top of your screen. Girl pops the Feather Airstrike. Suna and everyone is just super worried, but as Ember's TZ comes in, he gets one shot. Immediately deleted, and then Soul and Pokemon here, they try to hold the front line. JPL's down, it's fine, but Soul overcomes just a little too much. As we can see in 1 second here, he walks up, gets caught, immediately dies.
But of course, the Lord will be taken by Notorious Villains. It's gonna be marching down the bottom side, and Evos SG, they still have mid lane open. They still have mid lane turrets, so if Notorious Villains, they have the mid lane very open. So it all boils down to rotation, right? Ember's TZ is going to rotate even faster as compared to Soul if Soul decides to go all the way up.
Envy is the one of the better macro of this game. But in my opinion, Envy is playing the map a lot better than Evos. And granted, it's because they have the side lane pressure from Ember's TZ and Dara. Dara's already scaled up. 2, 2, and 4 with Mystery Shop, all his items are there. Like, he is power spiking.
Yep, and if you notice how Kadita is already, the defender is always lying there and wait, looking for any squishies coming out from Evos SG to burst him down. Meteor Shower will be used, Mountain Shocker as well. Fenrir gets taken down a little bit low, so will not connect any form of skills on top. Evos SG cleans up that Lord at the bottom side, but here comes the main course. MTZ jumping in, dives on top of Girl instead. At the same time, Ejector coming in will be able to toss Pokemon to safety. Fenrir not looking for a pill, but Notorious Villain takes 1 turret in the mid lane.
That's a decent defense, right? It could have been a lot worse, especially because they had the Lord. So overall, Evos SG hold on. Notorious Villains make good use of the objective. Now they are about 2.5k gold ahead. JPL in the center of the fight gets a spot out by Collier.
I don't think there's anything that Notorious Villains... I think they built up a quite decent lead against Evos SG right now. So it all boils down to whether Evos SG is going to drop it out. Fenrir will be forced to pop the ultimate. Girl is now for him to shine. The Feather Airstrike coming in. JPL will be able to eject Fenrir all the way at the back, but he's actually still alive. He comes back in. MPL coming in for the re-engage, but now with it being actually over-engaged, he doesn't. It's not an overextension, and it's all part of the plan. Evos SG gets shoved all the way back. Notorious Villains lose 1 member.
Uses the Elector to go in, and then the eye for an eye to get out, but Collier is getting focused down. Soul's on the side, they're going to pincer them in. Jumping in though, it's going to be Soul in the middle of 3. He's going very, very low. Dara in the back line, look at the damage coming in. Soul is still alive, he flickers out. How is he alive? He eventually goes down to Dara, but still Evos, all is lost here. They don't have anything to hold on to. Dara is so big, he's power spiked, and now he's fighting against Evos SG alone with Envy just backing him up. Chasing down Potato. I don't know if he really wants to fight this against Ember's TZ, but Ember's TZ will go down to the turret shots. Again, another overextension. A 1-for-3 trade though at the end. Evos SG, they're playing on the back foot.
Yeah, it's like exactly what you said. Right? Notorious Villains, they find themselves in such good position, and then you always have this one person that's just gonna give it away back into Evos SG. So it's more like Evos SG, they're on full damage control right now. Take a look at Pokemon, picking up the NOD as well. It has to use it against Dara, against Fender, and in mind you as well. He does regain some health all the way back after that rotation. But let's take a look at the items. Anything that pick up, I would say that Fenrir, right, going for the Winter Trunking is gonna help him even more to for survivability, the crop, and the Lightning Trunking as well. So all the Trunking be about, hold on a second right there. Fenrir gets showered by Love at the same time. Soul catches Kohler at the backside, but Dara is just messing up the backline of Evos SG now with JPL jumping in.
He doesn't have with the structure, he might die here.
Trunking is not activated as well. Girl comes in with a better airstrike. Finally, Girl takes down Dara. The pain of Evos SG, and now it's a 4v4. It's still neck and neck on both sides.
It's still a trade off lane for off lane. Dara goes down, but so does Soul. 17 seconds on the Lord as JPL is going to get caught. I say caught, he's the one that's tossing Cooper away. And Bastizi, look at his macro, so smart. He knows he's mobile, he knows he's able to push out bot side. So all they have to do here on the Notorious Villain side is just hold around the Lord. Don't start it, don't get caught. Allow Bastizi to take the bot inhibitor. He's just going to be pushing out, right? He knows that this is his time to shine.
Yep, and of course, Evos SG, they're probably going to send Soul, is responding within like 6 or 5 seconds. Has to force to go all the way down now, and because of that, MPLSG can actually take this time to rotate all the way back to the Lord and join Notorious Villains in this final Lord team fight, hopefully to actually end this game.
MPLSG has like 5 to 10 seconds of priority, so you can see that So is dealing with the wave. MPLSG is always going to be more mobile though, because he can dash past the walls. Evos, they're keeping eyes on the Lord just in case Notorious Villains decide to commit and finish this. Then they can contest, but keep your eyes on Girl.
Oh, okay,
the positioning for the feather airstrike is super important.
No, JPL actually flicker on in, actually ejected the Whoop instead. But now it is time for Notorious Villains to shine. The meteor shower coming in, raining shot on top of Suna. The Lord is actually half health, but MPLSG coming from the flank, forced to use the ultimate to get on away. The Lord is resetted. Evos SG, that blunder coming out from JPL.
JPL is dead, but it's a 4-on-5 here for Evos. They don't have the ultimate. So and So is the only one that's available to really engage here. They could just give this one up. But instead, Notorious Villains also give up the goose. They don't want to contest this all too much. Yep. Still focusing onto that with Koopa. Neat little trick you can do, keep the aggro so Lord doesn't reset.
Yeah, and of course, now it is Evos SG. Notorious Villains, I don't really know how they actually lost the lead.
Look at this, they pulled the Lord all the way to the side, so there's no way for Notorious Villains. It's a big mistake for Notorious Villains to come in here. Evos, they take advantage of the leash, right? So a whole series of events, Coleus stopped the Lord from resetting, it walks back, immediately Evos pulls it out, moves it to the top side because they know they have the burst because Yisun Shin's insane at taking objectives, and Notorious Villains, if they walk up, they instantly die because Soul has out on Lapu Lapu.
Yeah, and it's just,
so good.
It's just beautiful, right? Evos SG, yes, they're losing in terms of the gold lead, but they get the Lord. And now they can probably translate that Lord into more gold based on the turret lead as well.
The thing is, every time Notorious Villains makes like an insane play... Oh, hold on. Wait, it was stolen by Notorious Villains? You're kidding.
Oh no.
You're kidding.
We totally missed that out. Hold on a second.
You're
I really want to take a look at this replay. Now this spells actually a lot of danger over to Evos SG. Thank you very much. The instant rehydrate will allow us to take a look what happened.
Oh my god, you're kidding me. Fenrir was the one that took it?
Absolutely nutty. Even I actually missed out. I was like,
yeah, Evos probably got it. That is so insane. Oh my god. And now Notorious Villains, they're gonna push with this. The casters are inting, but this is, you know what's not inting is Notorious Villains running in for the inhibitors. A final fight looking to break out. Evos SG trying to defend this. The last inhibitor left alive in the mid and bot side, or 2 inhibitors left alive in the mid and bot side.
Yeah, and Super Force will be landing on top of Kolya instead. So trying to dishes out damage, but unfortunately Evos SG will lose the top side. Meteor Shower will be used for more of a last desperation to clear off all the super minions. So because right now another minion will be launching in from the top side. Wonderfully open. MPLSG trying to rotate to the bottom side instead. Now MPLSG will be coming on in. Go with the Winter Truck and Pokemon get taken down by Dara, unfortunately, as the members of Evos SG will fall slowly bit by bit. Evos SG then lose one turret and auto second Fenrir. Okay, Winter Trucker will be there to making sure that he stays alive, but MPLSG will be able to dash all the way out. Potato jumping in. The arrow connects, but it only connects Dara. So now Evos SG with a okay defense, but they lose 2 turrets once again.
Dude, I still can't get over the fact that Fenrir stole it. That's the MVP play.
Crazy.
That is insane. Like Notorious Villains, they convert on that. They get top and bot in hip. Now Evos, they're 100% on the back foot. They're like 6k behind. Notorious Villains, they just need to group up, right? when you have the lanes push up, it's important to make sure that both side lanes are pressured. So hold on, Evos jumping in, they find Collier again.
No.
Oh man, this guy cannot catch a break.
Yep, and no flicker this time around. Every time when Collier gets catched out, he has flicker.
Jesus.
This time, he doesn't have that flicker. Now, 40 seconds on the clock. What is Evos SG's play? Trying to push it as much as possible. Don't forget, 2 super minions are actually marching down Evos SG side lanes all the time.
What's SG now? JPL in the center. Here comes the feather airstrike. It forces MV away, but Embastisi, the backline, the Electo is available. He might just be able to use it to decimate them. And he gets the kill on the girl, and now they're jumping on the JPL. There's no way out for him. He has to try and run, but the rest of Notorious is just tunneling down on him. Evos, they lose 2. Looking to defend with the meteor shower. Sooner jumping forward. Not the best idea to tank up half of the meteor shower, but still a minute on the Lord. 45 seconds on girl, 42 seconds on JPL. Evos, the carries to be able to spawn in time to contest this. So Notorious Villains, they just need to dot the I's, cross the T's, play the side lanes. You know, send Embastisi to the top side lane. They're doing send Alice to the bot lane. Dara needs to be able to push that one out to keep pressure on the map. Yep. All they need to do is make sure the side lanes are pushed out, and Evos SG cannot contest the Lord.
Yep, Red Notorious Villains is going to commit in this mid lane push right now. Pokemon is already on full build, so try to look for some, but he's going to get forced out slightly. Mountain Shocker coming in, but MPC is just wrecking in the back line. Now it's MPC versus Potato. Mid lane is gone for the side of Evos SG. It's a barren base. Fenrir comes in, trying to look for it at the same time, so he's just whacking out so much damage at the backside. So it's just playing the hearts out. He's just taking, he's still alive.
JPL is up.
3 members. JPL coming back out just in time. Girl as well. Flame shot. Dara blocks it. Meteor shower coming in. Can you block that? The meteor shower coming in as Pokemon melts down Dara. Oh no, Notorious Villains, they crack open Evos SG base. Remember we talked about that walnut? It's cracked open.
At what cost though? They lose 2 people with the Lord up. JPL is going to be running. He's looking for Collier. I've seen this story before. I know how it ends. JPL is still looking for a bit more. He sees the wolf, so he knows that Collier is nearby. Fenrir was just right there. But JPL, he's looking for the Collier instead. He knows that he's squishy. Lord is going to be started up by Evos SG. You can see at the bottom of the map, Sooner is there, possibly wanting to contest. We saw Fenrir steal the Lord away the previous time. Now Collier and Fenrir, they're going to tag team up for this one. Roger though, however, he's running in the mid lane. He's running in. All they have to do is just deny this. And Evos SG, they need to finish off the Lord first. Fenrir coming in. It is looking for the damage. You don't know if he can steal it right now. In fact, it's going to be stolen. He went again. What is going on? The Notorious Villains, somehow they get the second Lord. Fenrir, this guy is insane.
What is going on? Fenrir loses his life, but he secures the second Lord for Notorious Villain in an absolutely criminal Lord steal that happens not only just once, but twice in one game.
We missed the first one. We're sure as hell not going to miss the second one. Now JPL jumping in. He gets the stun onto Suna. Feather airstrike is out, but go. Does he have the space? Wings by wings to get out. JPL falling very low. They're still chasing on to these isolated members. Soul now coming in to defend Girl, but Embastisi is a man on a mission. He will get that complete regardless of what you do.
Oh, now 66 seconds on that clock. Evos SG, they are having to defend from this meteor shower. Will be proud. No more feather airstrike. No more siege to defend yourself. Call JPL jumping in, but the members of Notorious Villains just gonna be overwhelming Evos SG
over
in their base. Ladies and gentlemen, the core is just bashing on Soul. Is just trying to hold on. He still has full health, but at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, that won't be necessary. Fenrir coming in, the double clutch Lord steal. He brings Notorious Villain to a tie.
The Kadita pick coming out huge here. Notorious Villains play their heart out. And my sincerest apologies, we missed the first steal, but the second, there is no way we're gonna let that one go. Fenrir, the MVP by any measure in Game 2. Notorious Villains tie up the score 1-1 against Evos SG.
What on